Using a lighter to check for gas leaks is unsafe, ineffective for finding small leaks, and can cause fires or explosions. Never do it. When pressure testing gas lines for leaks, use a calibrated pressure gauge and a manometer rated for the system pressure. Apply soapy water or an approved electronic leak detector for pinpointing slow leaks, and always isolate the section under test with certified shutoff valves and test caps. Start by bringing the system to the specified test pressure slowly. Hold that pressure for the manufacturer or code-required dwell time while watching for any drop, and document the initial and final readings with timestamps and operator initials. Use an inert test medium such as dry nitrogen for many natural gas systems to avoid introducing moisture or oxygen, and if using air, limit test pressures to code-allowed values and vent safely because compressed air supports combustion if contaminants are present. When pressurizing, seat all fittings by tightening to the specified torque using calibrated torque wrenches rather than guessing, and retorque after the first pressurization cycle to compensate for thread relaxation. For leak localization, move from larger fittings to smaller branches systematically. Test mains first, then tees, then branches, isolating sections with line stops or test plugs so you can narrow leaks efficiently. Record the test procedure, pressure source calibration, gauge calibration certificates, environmental temperature, and any repairs performed so the record stands up to inspection and warranty requirements. If a leak is found, depressurize following the safe vent route, repair with approved materials. Replace damaged pipe segments rather than using excessive sealant, and retest the entire isolated section to confirm repair integrity. Always follow local code and the current gas piping standard, wear appropriate personal protective equipment, and keep ignition sources, including lighters, cell phones with metal cases, and open flames, well away from test areas. Train technicians on leak detection best practices and maintain a toolkit that includes a calibrated electronic combustible gas detector, dilution kits for soap solution, spare caps and test fittings, and a documented checklist to ensure nothing is missed during fieldwork. One of the top 3 common mistakes is using open flame or lighter checks for gas leaks. This is an obvious fire and explosion hazard and misses very small leaks. Fix it by switching to electronic combustible gas detectors and soap solution checks only after isolating and depressurizing where appropriate. The second common issue is relying on hand-tightened fittings and guess-torqued connections, which cause slow leaks and rework. Fix it by using calibrated torque wrenches, following manufacturer torque specs, and retorquing after initial pressurization. The third problem is skipping proper pressure hold dwell times or poor documentation, which lets intermittent leaks go undetected and creates liability. Fix it by following code-prescribed dwell times, recording initial and final pressures with timestamps, and keeping calibration certificates for gauges and nitrogen or air sources. BigHomeProjects.com is a homeowner directory that connects people needing safe, code-compliant gas line services with vetted local contractors who specialize in pressure testing and leak repair. The site helps contractors get work by showcasing verified reviews, trade credentials, and project photos, so homeowners can hire pros who follow best practices and avoid risky shortcuts like lighter checks.